Wow, 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 wow.
Bonjour! Good morning, everyone! Today we come spicy. We come super excited. Today we will talk about the incredible antimatter. The mere truth, I have no idea how it works or what it is. But here our friends will tell us what it's for and how it is. Let's go!
And whoa, whoa, whoa. Today we're going to explain the most expensive and maybe the biggest source of energy in the world. And what I'm saying the world, maybe in the entire universe. I'm talking about the antimatter. But first, what is antimatter and where does this concept come from? Well, it all starts almost 100 years ago, when in 1928 the scientist Dirac predicted the existence of an exotic kind of particles with opposite charge from the matter that we know, and in contact with this type of matter, they disintegrated into energy, into photons. 2 years later, studying cosmic rays, Anderson discovers an electron with positive charge, the anti-electron. But what is antimatter? Well, first, a very common mistake is that it is confused with dark matter, which is totally wrong. The antimatter is antimatter, and the dark matter is another thing apart. Well, continue. As the matter is composed by particles, the antimatter is composed by antiparticles. So an antielectron is an antiparticle, and if you combine it with an antiproton, you will have an antihydrogen, which is antimatter. So what's up with antimatter? Absolutely nothing wrong. They are not maleficent nor toxic, they actually have the same right to exist as normal matter. They have the exact same properties as normal matter.
Hey, but where does everything come from? This exciting part of modern physics is actually pretty easy to understand. The 1924 Schrödinger equation established the base of quantum mechanics. But wait, what are quantum mechanics? Well, it's actually pretty good for us that we don't need to understand them to understand what is antimatter. The only thing that it is important to know is that Dirac came and wrote another equation with relativist physics, and he decided to define the behavior of energy with an equation that solved for quadratic energy. But what happens with this? As quadratic x equals 4 has two solutions, 2 and minus 2, the quadratic energy equation has two solutions. What are the particles that we already know? Electrons, protons, atoms, matter. But what about the other solution? Well, they decided to call it antimatter. So, what are the uses of this antimatter? Well, it may sound like a really futurist term, but it's actually here, and it is here to stay. As Arturin mentioned it earlier in this video, when the antimatter enters in contact with matter, it annihilates and creates energy, pure energy. 1 gram of nuclear energy creates around 80,000 millions of joules. Well, the antimatter creates 90 millions of joules per gram. What? This means that with a few kilograms we could feed the energy of the whole world for a while with sustainable and clean energy. But the only problem with this is that you don't find it in the corner store. Actually, one of the most important questions of the universe in science is where is antimatter? But I don't have the answer neither, so I'm just gonna say that to produce a gram of antimatter is way too difficult.
Well, in conclusion, energy is the most powerful and effective potential fuel that exists. However, producing it is very expensive. But there are many laboratories where antihydrogen atoms have long been produced. This indicates that it is possible to create antimatter, which tell us that it will be possible to create almost perfect fuel. In many of the world's most recognized hospitals, antiprotons are used to cure the cancer. So we could say that it is the perfect energy for the world. The only problem is that we are still far from get it.
And that's all. Thank you for coming and thank you for hearing us. Let's see you next Friday. Bye!